Hello guys, welcome to new Hollywood's movies and this movie review is so revisions and this movie Edward Scissorhands 1999 movie reviews and off the course and her is the details and reviews always good and and Edwards scored 1990 movie reviews replace and and box official and tell snapshots and start the release detail December 6, 1919 USA and Bugatti estimated 20 billion $20 millions and the box office and employmenting and 86 millions world driven and this break a major contractual and common sensing success and compounding and the theme brooding status rewards and darkens and become a believer classic and and complete version review first plot summary खान का सार The film is a modern and feelers and tell and the woman tells her grandchildren the stories through Edward, a unicorn young man characterized by an inferior who did before he could give him and handles and left with sperm and a series of hurdles and lived alone in the dark and so this is reviews and overlooking a pastel cloud and Subran Nedigothas. He is discovered by a king-hearted alien lad and pair who bringing him into her home. The field followers and to the fit into a security that is sustained that terrified by his differential. Second, the theme and messages. The options versus conforming securities. The cost heel is a strong and just to the main attraction and unifications of the critical trial to fit into blood conformations word that feel does understand and started insultance and loneliness would be in the physical substance in the characters mirrors the emotions, frustrations he feels even when surrounded by people. And opponents versus realities and go to the trial and realities the perfect counseling and suburbs and hide speculations and gossip and courage with even scrolling and applications with a poor and incounting heart. The networks of characteristics and even use the field options and to the characters, beautiful excretions and restartations and this movie always directions and good to the light and go to the heat and third performers ability in King and Johnny Depp as exact a carry differentials and ice creations performance and Deep use he physically has action series is used to the convent word and the imitations, incorporations to the love, a pain, and with very little visitors, he is the master of filtrations activity. And Winona ready as king. She performed characterizations the people suburban girl who adheres to the sea, the throne, between and within Edward, their constancy is trade and heart booking and the Kingdom Justice a pig she is a immigrant of King Dance and Metronets and the original person who accept Edward without judgment for the and start and the sober paintings attracts like an art the appeal and because and other billion particles and qualifications and gossip and of hallucinations involved and for distortions a version him between stronger styles. This is theme the trend at the upload but best and the feel is a perfect blend of gothications and subdrum and feel with the tritons and qualifications and the hateful town, and Wilson's style storytelling, the contrasts between the dark expositing and caricatures and the bring IT talents and the Pastel House is a religious mentor and that tell the stories without word. And 5. And the touching brilliance and coordinations geographical those versions are destroying the use of color is the ice cream and deeply spread and profound during this the sheets are chapters theme service and the green medications and the cookie cookie cutter Nagy brothers and foundation and this starting ideations and the highlightations beautifully the illustrations series by Danny Dreffel and is one of his best work and instancing to the field fairs tell employed and struggles cocoons and a unicorn original and deeply movie story and Johnny Depp Calimore and Sunny Clayton's performance theme and Button and flowers and initiatives and distensions the story and Stargation version deep and a dedications musical course and a perfect balance of woman's humor and heartbreak and the social conscience. They start the weaknesses, the stations of Subroi, if funny, can feel a bit bored and study freckles to some views and the packing in the mobile stands so down celebrations as it celebrates the Subram word and it is uniform criticals and sanitations which need not appeal to the viewers and who performs more radication strain and it finally Reddit aggregations and AdWords sessions is the timeless masterpiece is more than just a movie. It's a poignant and beautiful modern affairs tell about the love and extended and the pain of being different. If sending the best of theme and the fabrications carried dissenting and joy, deep vindications and dissuasions, emotions and deeply and icon status make it a must watch film that continues to the resonate with extensive stories and generations and Edward series shorts and 1919 starting ideas and just to the and the originals the stories ori- original the stories is the deeply persons and to the tell brown his conscience the characters as the triggers and driving him as with the extensive his our feelings of sourceless and inabilities to the content will growing up in Subram and Burok drank and calibrations and start to the settings board its Tom carries Tom Hanks and Robert Drones and J.R. were all quantitative for the rock of Edwards before if you want to the resting start John Deep and Brooklyn then girlfriend Lalisa Merrill was the immunities versus instincts for the chapter with her plague skin and will black hair and Winkle's prize finally major role. The legendary horn actor who was buried a children ideas and played the investigating his foundations was a dream and come to the realization and the starting sessions and dream come between and the add loyal dedications and dedications and generous fatherly and fatherly grandfatherly and very much to bleed and dedications and fabulous and the mood he is has arm blood and he Dalit had anything requires him to be feed as helped with, and be feed or helped with basic tasks on track. Second, and the celebrations deeply small words. And light traditions, word expressions, they are not just to the word and are not just like this celebrations of his double net trapped by the responsives and the Lardix options and the classicals and replacement the unicorn are the articles mind and the specifications and off to the don't sit in this palace of the creativities and animation stories and not to the medications and the palace gratis and the attraction installations. I scans him. This is the field animations and celebrations clambers as anybody communications I sneeze to for Kim to the dance in the replacement the poor and the poor of the beautiful but instructions stories and issue radiation beautiful but practical uh, and small and natural of third love. If you also expensive the miracle of so in his man the part of tractions and the startings and the right sidings and to the good relations and the main attractions and attractions and the fields of historications and high educations. Third, and education inclusion. A model creations are the follower classy formations and if you follow I classy fields tell instructions and increase in the struggle land and the kids and the educations and education scheme and the irrigation and the one opened a time and farming village socializations and infilters divide and social distance is and infiltrations and the always stylizations and this is the good trial but I think I want just like this movie and to the review stations and this store lights and good to the trailers and so this is the movies reviews always translations and to the good translation stories and the development in educations and so live action stories and this is the good trial by the themes and so how tragic historizations and large attractions and to the good riding and so how many cases and to the restrictions by theme and right directions and this is the theme of educations and look on this man and the part of investigations and the creating unified legislations and the fastness applications and if denied look tell skill and dark allegations letters outfit and without educations and isolations and temples for the goat and illustrations of 19 seconds and boyfriend and pattern beef partnership. This film launches one of the most iconic historical articles and celebrations in cinema's history. And during relegations, its theme of believing others and the criticals of mood, mannerisms, remaining and powerful relations in the age of social media and the music video homing the feel imaging heavily and informations the music videos of common fanatic on the lectures and a Hollywood historian this point is on Clarinet's part its sanity, violence, and ferial talent heart have moved it a permanent and the artificials and the holiday films start to the five categories respectation theme 1990. Yeah, and relations and characteristics of the overwhelming and the positions if originalizations visual states and omutations powerful if holds and 90% categories and is called to the rotan tomat- tomatoes and the model views its status as originals grow if is the universe by the themes and just to the light directions and and story lessons and so its interactions and so look on iterations and how they tried by the theatres and model views if students has only growth and if is now universally recognized as a classical of 1919 Kirchnerman as height point of Booting Carrier and a landmark field in the Centrex Grenals if its students in the field schools for its protections and distancing and cements and beaten in Salisophians suspensions in the field reasons. What is the true cost of commodity can for inclusive service is in a senior world and it it gratifies at allow what the invest building tend the come with it. Who is the real monster? He is the real monster. The struggles looking and outside for the normal people who turn into a violent mood and the final narrations and the stories and so light retractions and the translations just movies if you develop persons extensive and extensions for him and button the possible modern nihilizations and the originations of the stories and into the light of the meditations performance for Johnny Depp and the unmistakable buttons expensive if the feel the mismatch you legislations and The Harry Citation 1919 Beautiful Deep and a chapter Tricycles Age and Edward they start the physical graphical profile and Edward everybody's the attractive dwarf, the attractive children, internet in contract and cautions and emotionally viewers. He is the look make him and black stars and about thinking the kingdoms and the Subram bird areas. His journey is a target investigations of her heroes and journeys interacted by the into the socials and he has usually penetration reject by its limitations of his characters but forever instructors as ours is no change but about the perceptions he of his true self, agendas and coriflamed word and Kim, the transferred Kim and Bligand or as Skyflex and popular storylessons and the emulations by the him and just to the like by traditions and evils her art is on of the hard crepes. He is the main dedications and social normal rejections from good names and her final defense of Edward next and her moral and emotions and maturations and Sannibal's rollers. She responded the beautiful in his betrayal and the betrayer's talent, but with moral agencies, her love for Edward is ready more played even if its content saving him for security and the instruments and the good features he is the bring migrations and the helpfully all tried and build hard is the original dedications in the mid fraud for the upfronts for fielders contracts leaving his content incomplete and viewable and the languages her workshop filed and with female interactions like the cook migrations and repressions a world of imaginations of the possibilities and distractions, contradictions with the bland Subram blue and the suburban and subtractions pack and retracement unitizations matrix love C is the bridge between two worlds and Jack dedications violations perpetitions utilizations and the competitions of the other she thinks of syndications and Iris and Jean the medications by and confidence he meet to educations and even just to the like largest options and the historications and so the mood retracement the dangers of groupthink and the fear of different their transformations for extensive navigations or to the treasures building mood is classical studies in scarcity 7 visual themes and symbols color palette and the swimming variations attractive colors and pinky blue screen and pink blue greens and subdivisions subtractions story-like actions and so this is the main art of dedications and like to the buy options and good to the withdrawal and just to like largest buttons and the classical is the dark stutters and the dark dedications on town and black guys with his assemblies and Melly hold and creativities and other natures and Edward's black letters scent and Pehli skins make him a leading place of Goethic's art agency, the colorful backdrop and the toffee fashions inscribed, ice inscribed and the tropical attractions paints and nettles into beautiful contradicts and for showing his side of character orders and burials the make him useful and ambiguous introductions and ice description angel. This is the heel most production symbols and the angels respected scheme and the salvations become so a symbol of evil love beautifully food transformators but variations and could it's the moment his increased world because a magic animation reformations and the Scissorhands publications, the stories and the themes and the expectations and the textures angels and tools of quotations art theme are inspired him and the field struggles that turn art between comfort a palace to of the pain and limitations and the turning animation score ice cream directions, the theme of the field emulations, heartbeat and honey takes, combals, drill and the price, the practice and the wonder, love and score if utter drain the most transformative moment and the dedication is live margins and musicals box are formulations, stabilizations, storations and good to the trial and the final lessons and good to the physically the contractions and emanations are the heart black status and the boot cabin the dedications world and her journey dedications and attractions and the starting lines are very good and into the sacrificed by the things and good to the betrayed and just lied by the offside and good to the be high contenting and it is and him of the Lord of Sons and good to the betrayed by the options and transportations categorized as a typical popular singers and embroiderings as by Edward. Her R.C. is one of the King's sea learning to his band and opponents a social normal to the interactions and dedications to the her find different of the adding marks of the made art tribe and the third motions and families real rules and see the responsive stories and so this is the her journey's imaginations and the socializations he is the kingdoms and so light by the transactions and good to the betrayal and how to main education stories and the like of larger systems and the main artificals and to the main records visions and good to the betrayal and him and just like to the by options traders and good dedication and about two appreciations of his wholesale isolations a common world in translations and communications things and just lied to the options traders and theme and guys, I tell you, is the physical primary every frames is painting every color filling and special caustic is spoof funny elementary and look to how security is different as in emotional explorations is the moving laughing in the universal feeling Roddick's time is so far love is drawing blowing guys. It says genuinely lines make it feel experiment pinning hug but beginning available to cut misleading tangents and that is the audience guys. Would you accept scenes analytics likes the roding's final condition of the temporary other films about the AI artificials and that is the good so I will more about guys this movie is more about here are the good lines of the more about this is review is again guys to the Edward Excellence 1990 this is limited Espondia theme is conversation seldom organic the wedding fast is this is the good guys this is good he doing to the development timelines guys development timelines is good so everything is okay but he was organically that is the good guys that is good that movie was also awesome guys that is movie more about kingdom of universal to him the greatness of having life that is good he was everything totally in that is movies gone about he was appreciated times he was good lines he was greatness about the movie review he was already said to this movie he is this beginning to review that is this good that is also heaven to movie about the timeline is conversations is good guys is conversations also good I appreciate it as a conversations and that is the good environments and goods also getting movie review is good 2006 millions of viewerships and that is the good he was great thing about the viewership and that is this Also greatness times. Also have did not play terms to environment, and that is good. He was great. He's beautiful. He's environmental themes, and that is good. He also great this time, guys, because this time not way younger than about the theme lines about that is the good. There is the scar. He was that is the good about in the movie review. He is inspirement themes about that is the good. That is the good. He was greeting about the scenes of the viewerships. He was not be available to area, but he did not thinking about this is more of this movie also greatness time. I will review the next options. The is the greatness time. Is this greatness time? About costing of the year, physical chemicals, and that is the good. Vertical times. He is the good opportunity of this year. He is most demand persons to also, guys, is doing also awesome, guys. He will not be accessible to over review, guys. Over review, he was creating. He is the best of technical area. His greatness. I think that is the misleads the his development timelines, and that is the actor conversation wrong energy Tom Hanks, and that is the good advantage of big success multiple in this children artist roles have words. He was greeting to That is good. He was opportunity also good, guys. He was greatness. Oh, that is a good job opportunity, guys. What are doing? Hey guys, this is my brother. You can see that this is the very amazing guy, and that is the good work. And also, hi brother, how are you? You find you can talking only English, brother, not for Hindi. You tell you because your recording is on, brother. You are not to be USA content, brother. You are also audience. You see this guy. I tell you, going to Ramdevra. I tell you, going to Ramdevra. Okay, 100%. I tell you, Ramdevra going. Your Bolera and you. I will pay you. I will pay you. Don't worry. Why? अभी तो मैंने हेमा से सुना था कि तुम नहीं जा रहे हो. हेमा ने बोला था. ऐसा मत कर ब्रदर. This is not good. Your need, you no understand, brother. I give you party, brother. I give you party. Okay. ढाल देगा. ठीक है, बट उस 10K में रामदेवरा ओसिया वगैरह सब कुछ तुम हैंडल करोगे, खाना वगैरह सारा चीज. गुड ब्रदर. So you are coming to 2 days after my home and going to Ramdara, Oshia and other side. Okay, you carefully. You are not seeing my message. Why? You are busy in Jassu? What about you doing work, brother? क्या जस्सू ने हमसे बात करने का तुम्हें मना किया है? बोला है से बात नहीं करने का. ठीक है, I send message for Jassu today, and I tell you, your bekar husband is what about tell you? तुम्हारी क्लास लेनी पड़ेगी. हमने काफी बंदों को डरा चुके हैं ऑलरेडी. व्हाट अबाउट मेरा खुद का चैनल ही डिलीट हो गया वो. डिलीट हो ही नहीं सकता. इट्स इम्पॉसिबल. मनीष को पूछ ले. मनीष को नहीं, ऐसे वर्क कर रहे हैं, अदर चैनल पे कर रहे हैं,
101% impossible.
अदर चैनल पे वर्क कर रहे हैं ऐसे हम ब्रदर, बट ही इज माई बिगेस्ट चैनल इज रिमूव फॉर दैट्स वेरी बैड.
Wrong with you.
Where is my Himura?
Emuda is on body sorting dialogue.
ओके ओके. तुम्हारे घर पे कोई काम चल रहा है क्या?
Yes, पत्थर का काम चल रहा है.
ओके. Good, good, good. Talking about this good, brother.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Okay, guys, okay.
Evening में बोलता हूँ तेरे को confirm.
Okay, brother. I will wait you.
Yeah, sure.
Hey guys, some call is me and that is I'm very busy some days, and that is a good opportunity, guys. Like this movie was so amazing and this area, and that is the good. That is the good beginning to review, guys. He was telling about that is a good. He was totally insecure in life. He was getting unmarried. He was is good. He's totally insecure life. That is the good. That is the good. That is area. Is passing to That is the good of a personality, guys. Like say to her. That is good. He's like thoughting about the viewerships is gone to understanding. He was greatness, guys. This movie artist verified. It's totally insecure. That is the good. The color predicts and to the deep editions and this is the movie's allegations very high and the evil's wit face not just plays but suspicions and practically like struggles and fragments to the light and black letters of fight and hormones against the world but also second skin and Sudram pastoral areas families her a color and retractions her frustrations to the start to the movements and the booging gallows and subhans and options peg and the moral thing family relations but also profound journeys and Ashmere blue and communications could designations to the high and the third technical masters and Star Vintage series decorations and literate wonders for the fight and the short and running scenes and attributions for can of fit 15 movies parts per hand and hero hand and extensions to the stories and the stoppations and the use of cutting short and control marksman and it ran off the field to a backpack and controllers and figure could be hydrations medals total weight weight 7 pound per hand and deep hand to relay because moment I have to be find I couldn't searching and change makeup starters and formulas keeping formulas mixed with and shake with pigment and searching opponents with brown and black education passions and applications times 19 minutes daily and expensive grammars expansion and cleaning plus Igum Pro plus Salitra field status and her week made form home errors, dedications, cuttings and she said distinct innovators, the tales and the bulletins on struggles so 40 no, and it is control fix and the loot 18 feet tele-ignorance and Judy's found populations to the paupers, leggers and interpretive workshop and Cody found and 115 unicorn papers proper and Subrum sat bullet in character run found and a house were only faced on introductions and 15 top fractions characters by secure plots down habitations. Even Live More was the same model and EV musical Amyloid Danny is fueled by the syndications and a story time obscured music box melodies, record tractions, marigolds, and Eagles meet the world wonder mixed with observations and third eyes dance, the love theme, choral and transmissions and the mood concept and passing clear thinking and insert ratings and 87 prize authors and boy carries for ambitions qualities and celebrations for McGill invited and discreditations getting during can scene and the sound discerning details and situation sounds 12 different recordings and black decks and topically cutting and recording used athletes had prepared and the castings awards and driven to all into the series and Subram Saunders and Braden's Levravors always wins to the perfect, and we creations and proliferations, all musicians, a syndrome, a characters, the Nutrix, Rubel, social papers, a first bag, and dinner, dining, and wasted the empathy, she hum neatly first, and second Johnny Calication Records, and the pro-director C novel to exploitative, and third Ginny Anthor Medical Hall, the conformatics, and field translations by differences, and hell contractors, fillers, and the gopes, and spotted negatives without trust, and any alterations, the passing our creators kind but unications compilations B, and professions, and farmer workers, and first expressions, storations, and the whole is our peoples, and E. Howard, E. Words, and struggles with the gadgets of others, and second permutations and categories of 1915 American dream, and mentalities, and third education studies, and the superstitions stored, and the distributions persons who must to be the beginations to the be graduations, and for unique things, and recorded word as QR coded, and outsiders, the stylizations, and the physically amorphous signs, and the evolves the driving, and the seal attractions, the events, or the which one man, old man, and Kim the Ammon side imaging, and the mood, the solution breakers, and will attractions, and 1919 to 1994 Emission Act import, and fishing hot tips, and reports 300% increases in the black clothing slayers, and music, the craze restrictions of your videos, and homing, and so attractions, the first universities, and distractions, our delegations, and so feel in the complexions, and 1995 to 1999 cult status, and cohabitations, editions, and the cosplays, demons, step at comic cons, and literature reformations in 12th plus novel about outsiders and heroes, multiple struggles and advictions and attainment and 2000% classy status and 2012 selected for National Field Regiment Conventions and 2015 and 15 anniversaries Blue Red sell 5,000 coins and 2020 you'd had a near-dead COVID about not touching face and 2023 TikTok time and hashtag educations qualifications get 2 billion views and we sections and behind the sections secret run you flying and series and first extensive ammunition squatters moral of the invitators and characterizations and about directions to the dreams and enemies cottage of her hair reared and almost Eden level Subram or to had to find other like him and be one side qualifications and floor hard and deep makeup midlegs and consentis and discretion demand and crow wool protegations grave during cutting and seasons and animals issues the dog playing Woobers had to be recovered and too friendly and she stirs egos. First, Button Camoan. His hand doubles for the interrogators in one shot and number 1001 evidence and humans number and reference to the Dalmatals and third topical software incurs reference to the Brutings and practitioners fields and start to the business lending and A19 reviewed and models and accepted 1990 categories and passing to show and Subram styles and bold categories and editing discussing and advanced passing and retractions profilations and academic papers current 1919 2000 to 42 publications papers and 2001 to 2010 187 publications papers and 2011 to 2023 309 plus publications paper and the most common differential find the fluctuations of less physical tractions and distraction sound and a fan of the medications disparities communities and first time I have a instructions restrictions and second legislations view the unimatrix metaphors for being in the cast, and third articles informations me to correct for my pain, and third and third particles used in the season about social and success, and B celebrities information, and theme out sentiments when I become any actors and billion dedications, and so dedications for my first album, and Wilburn's door turn and perfect celebration tables for our age, and communications when its normal elements and events resolutions accents with what few fields do it become a modern meaning like extensive scored by the codes and monsters is fused finished due to the tales and visions and immense art and about and the pain of the characters all art common, and for emotion, and the tomorrow the toward of different societies for of what it count criticisms, and the beautifully for of our missing which make use strong make use beautiful, and the thrill of the education and sometime starting turns to yourself and then starting alone the fields, and so this is the last movies, and the field education simulations honest wafers in research, and I don't offer any answers of happy endings, and if you others trans, and in that trust education's higher found not just a movie but a mirror, and the find proof of this power, and theory years and later when it so people struggle thinking of a man with socialist and forehand contenting and litigations for his socializations, and finding feeling less alone in theory, and Evolution Section 1919, the Enlightenment, and the start to the children originals buttons, files, skills, animations as the triggers, and blueprint calibrations, and feeling instructions, and universe to the content with prayers, and Subram things and grave up to the cookie cutters, and Subram he struggles and place of between communications, and the art of the fabrications, and that one the story like actions, and so this is the most extensive stories and just to the big development timeline and 1918 inspired and Succession and Critics and 1987 Bluetons collaborates with Bart Gary Walsh and Tom Parsons after singing, seeing and her novel First Brown and 1989 Fox Green Light Action project after Britain success with Gatman 1919 Shopmount and sorting and specifications in productions and subtraction stories and look to the like offside and this is the most expensive stories and just to the like hard traditions and to the code application stories and the main art of description store lighting and just to be light and how to attractions and so the main movie and prize with public children's heroes and buttons and word sections and prize fields and children sections and integrations rollers bars bright sections for prize and price finally line I'm not finding and because teletractions projections button working with him was like neat good and filling out her connections and socializations and symbols meditations and the fabrications information served and publications symbols and replacement and both communications and Detroit power and so contractions and adverters and words that both defined and isolate him and architects tools like a painters and brute of subtractions and so the socializations bearing and physically mental reactions of social distancing before the dam extensive sterilitis and after cutting when tried to contend and color predications deep lave and so the evil face not just place but sacrifices particles life struggle feeling and black leather's outfit and armor and against the bird but also a second skin Subram and aspirations, even families, her color reprofittings and their possibilism and bogus yellow swimming option tag and monor pink and femininity but also certifications and Ismar blue and conservative and code graduates needing and start within the sectioning and their versions content and lightweight rural fuel for without short and running scenes and attractive attractions for choice but with 15 moving and particle width per hand and hero hand and attractive stance unique and cutting short and weight run of beef sequence and black pack and Montreal and the even rationing would be interactive and so this movie's medications and total weight short pound hand and the deep dedications and movement I have found the content searching and we make statements formulas cynicals foundations mixed with amnesty with pigment and serious applications with brown and black ignition plates and applications time 19 minutes dailies and impossibilities grammar accentors film plus events pro and celebrations feel status and her week mood and for human hair delicatations universal cut and sad distinct innovations the cuttings and bulldog on struggles and 40 and 15 content foxlet and 18 speed tell intonations and used forex prestations to uphold langers and introverts workouts of and quotations and 115 unicorn papers and Subram said and building in the jurisdictions run flowed and housing wall only facing on the traditions and 15 top flavors and created by Spectropod and the town of the average learning more was the some models and just to give medicals Danny Fields compensates and the main theme story timing and music box smelling reproductions memory and events make the world wonder mixed with applications ice cream the love and colors things and the mood symptoms dedications theming and interventions and 87 price expensive and boy sold for attractive qualities and celebrations for magical illmatics and distortions guilty trolls can seen be sound distinct details and Scissorhands sound 12 different and recordings between top cuttings and reductions by the obtrusive compounds and crystal swans and add the ribbon to the all intoxication series and Subram Saunders and bright language always struggles and profound and just to the pair dimming and the waist and the airport scene home points first and the second Johnny Statham and the participants and northwest to the expensive and Jimmy Anithon musically hall and the conformance feels tremors and difference and hair contractions and the ghosting and sparks and notifications without trust and summer and all mistakes the passing overnight and the king butter applications compound and for the Felications, formations, and expensive store-light and hill is the other people the struggle with the gaze of others and post-modernism and celebrations of 1950 American dream mindfully and disqualified studies the central towns to the top and discussions paper who must to the big educations to the wheels and keywords things and recorded area the code attack studies and so physical qualities and decreasing and junctions and even the deep tracks attractive and the attractions and the fashion old man and kin the animal sound scenes and the mood the circulations and the 1994 inflation impulse fashion, hot pits and practications and 300% ice inscribed in the black coal think and celebrations and music. The codes and backgrounds of your videos homing and expensive. The fast universities constant institutions feel in the curriculums and 1995 to 1999 Cobalt students and contestants and inverters place becomes staples at common cons and lifting and replications in the 12 plus novel above and outredictions and good to multiplication struggles attraction attachment and 2000% classical status and 2008 settled for national fields relegation concentrations and 2015 15 universities blue results and 5,000 compounds and 2020 even hard memories debtors COVID and about no touch to the facing and So this starting and the light action stories and the biggest and the first time I say my installation and the unique actions for biggest and in the castings and the good translations and just to the like and infection and created form my pain and use in the sections about restrictions and the key theme of this movie and when I become to the art and the stories and so believers and practical foundations care for our age and so like these movies and the Hollywood movies and so contractions gay and reputations movies and in 1988 and so destructive movies and this last is and what make to the medications and the field lessons is the ordinations, heart traction stories and just to the beloved options and the stories and so many questions and all these dedication stories and so the good life traction stories and I don't think that one the stories and so the look pride and so the make and celebrations alone I don't doesn't offer any answers and happy endings of these movies and so the review traction stories and the about tractions and do not to the more expensive story.